Oh my goodness, Najee, Kenny Pickett also, and he banks out. No, oh my, what's going on? Let's go, TD! What the hell was that? Let's go! Fan it! Yes! Yes! Let's go! G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. We have some breaking news, man. The Baltimore Ratbirds have signed Odell Beckham Jr. I tell you what, man, I really don't care. And Mike Tomlin will back that up with this. This is unbelievable, man. This is stupid. Mike Tomlin says,
"We do not care."
It's not even that good of a signing. Odell Beckham, in my opinion, I think he's on the way out of his career, right? He's on the way out of his career. Now, I did do some research, Steeler Nation, right? Check this out. Odell Beckham Jr. In 5 games has done nothing against the Steelers. Now, they have won a few games when they were with the Browns, but Odell Beckham Jr. has not even scored 1 touchdown versus the Steelers. Back in 2016, it was New York Giants versus Pittsburgh there, 100 yards, then 60, 29, 25, and 6 yards when it was with the Browns. Done absolutely nothing. Signed the 1-year deal, $18 million. I am so happy, Steeler Nation, that Pittsburgh and they don't listen to the fans. Are like, you know what? Go and sign Odell Beckham Jr. We need him. We need a veteran presence. I don't think he'll do anything in this offense. The Baltimore Ravens don't pass the football like that. They just don't. The Baltimore Ravens don't even know if they're going to have a quarterback there with Lamar Jackson. They have no idea who their quarterback's going to be at number 1. So, man, this is, to me, it's just like, it's breaking news. Sure, you know, the Ravens signed Odell Beckham Jr. He was meant to be going to the Jets. Now, he did have a pretty good career. I think like a good Super Bowl until he got injured. Like, he was going all right. But I feel like the Steelers can handle him. If the Steelers can handle him back with the Browns and not allow 1 touchdown, I feel like Patrick Peterson, Minka, TJ Watt, you name it, the guys on their defense should be able to shut down Beckham Jr. easily, I think, in this defense. And they don't even know who's going to throw the football towards them. So, yeah, that's crazy to me. Odell Beckham Jr. is a Raven, but we don't care. He's got, look, not 1 touchdown. Not 1 touchdown in 5 games against the Steelers. Anyways, guys, that's the start. That's the breaking news today. Alrighty, who we got in the chat? Who we got? That's what I'm saying. He was good. To me, I think he was so the catch. Okay, maybe not the players overrated, but that catch from Super Bowl or the not Super Bowl, the New York Giants catch, the one over the head, that to me is the most overrated play I've seen in my life. How many times as NFL fans, not just Steelers fans, have we seen that catch? You know, on our TV screens over the last, 10 years, you get over it. You're just like, I'm sick of seeing it, okay? I don't care. I think the Steelers can handle him. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers can handle the Ravens this year. I think the Ravens are imploding. They go and sign a veteran guy for $18 million. You're wasting your money there. Hopefully they can sign Lamar because they can't throw the football down the field. Their offense is a run offense, and and the Steelers can even stop that. They definitely can. So welcome, guys. Today's I'm meant to be talking about trading Daniels, but I just got fired up with that because I'm just like, who cares? Who cares about Odell Beckham Jr.? G'day, Jennifer. What's going on, mate? G'day, Reginald Rivers. W. G'day, Toddy. What's up? Let's go. 100%. So yeah, just want to start the show off with that. And I got something else too. This next thing's gonna creep you out. This is gonna creep you out. I've got the Browns on my Facebook, right? And where is it? Happy Easter. Are you guys scared or what? Are you scared? Look at that thing. What is that? Is that like a little gremlin? Is that like the next movie of Chucky? That's insane. Anyways, just before, guys, I get into the show and start talking and whatnot. I'm doing this podcast, I think, on YouTube Music, so that might be audio/video. I'm not too sure. I'm also trying to put this podcast/live stream questionnaire onto Spotify. I'm trying to figure that out as well. So hopefully my audio is all good. So yeah, I'll be doing Spotify for the moment, YouTube and YouTube Music. So hopefully it's going to go all right. But when I saw this, so welcome into the show. When I saw this, I was like, that's scary. That looks like, what is that? Can someone tell me what the Browns are? Like, I don't even know who the Browns are. The Browns, like, you have your helmet as your, logo. You're meant to be the dog pound. They just named and I'm a massive. I love dogs. I'm a massive dog fan. I love dogs. Right? They named a mastiff as their logo, like as their pet dog. Right? You have the dog pound, and then you got this weird looking elf. You have a strange looking elf in the background, and then you have this little thing wearing ears. It's just so creepy, man. The Browns just don't know what direction to go in. Just choose a direction. If you're gonna be the dog pound, be the dogs. I don't know. They're just weird to me. So the AFC North around us is kind of like, to me, crumbling. I don't think the Browns will do anything next year. I think they're too confused on what direction they want to go in. I think Watson is still a terrible quarterback. And now the Ravens go and sign Odell Beckham Jr. like 5 years late, right? Who to go with? So he's with the Giants for how many years have he been playing? He was with the Giants for what? 5, 6 years? So he's got 531 receptions, 7,000 yards, 56 TDs. So he's with the Giants in 2014 for what, 4 years? Then he was in Cleveland, and then he went to the Rams, I think, for a little bit, right? So it's been Giants, Browns, Rams, now a Raven. So this is a bloke that runs around town, hasn't done too much really since 2014, 15. Since his first 3 years in the league, he was outstanding. In 2018, 2019, he had 1,000 yards. In 2020 and 2021, 300 yards, and that's about it. Right? And that's about it. So he's just been average. Yeah. G'day, Pep. What's going on? What's going on? Alex says the Steelers have great offensive skill players. They just need play calling at the ball. Yeah, I think we've been talking about that too as well. We've been talking about the last few weeks how they're acquiring or they're building up the offensive line. We're going to talk about Daniels today too. I want to talk about Daniels for a little bit. They're building up the offensive line. They have I'm a fan. I'm a fan of DJ. I don't know. I don't think they're going to trade DJ. I think it's going to be Pickens, DJ, Anthony Miller, Calvin Austin. I think those 4 guys. They probably, I read an article today that they're probably going to, sign or draft a receiver because they've done that for the last 6 years. The last 5 or 6 years, they've drafted a receiver in the first or second round. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers, don't get Addison, but they go and get someone far back at round 1 or 2. Not worried at all. They have Frymouth, they have Najee and Warren. The offense looks fun, man. It just depends all on Canada. It depends on what Canada can put together. What scheme? How can he work with the personnel? And you got the new bloke too, Thomas, who's coming in from college experience as well, and also being working with the Falcons. Back with Matty Ryan. So yes, it's the players got to buy in, but we need a scheme and system that allows him to go score points. And you got to let Kenny cook. Let him go out there, throw the football, and find Pickens. You have to be able to open up the offense and run the ball, man. You have to. I think Reginald Rivers says Jonathan Mingo, he might be a receiver. He could be a chance. Yeah, I'm keen to see anyone in the second round. I trust what the Steelers do. They wouldn't got Pickens, last year at the second round. So I trust them. G'day, George. What's going on, mate? And Pittsburgh Toddy says Cleveland is a sewage treatment plant. That's heavy. That's some fighting words there. Some nice words for Cleveland. No, I don't know. They're a funny team. I just think overall their brand is suffering. It's just look at it. Look at the little thing. It just looks so odd to me. It looks very odd. I don't know. It doesn't spell, to me, that doesn't spell Cleveland football. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's transition into our next part of the show. I want to talk about this rumor, and let me know in the comments below. This rumor about trading. Okay, well, wait. First of all, I talked about Alex Highsmith yesterday. That's not going to happen. Pittsburgh Steelers chat. They want to trade away Alex Highsmith. It makes no sense. You don't trade away one of the up and coming players on your team. You find out money. If you find some money and you pay Alex Highsmith a good contract, that's what you do with him. Now, another rumor I saw was trading away James Daniels. And I was like, why would you want to trade away James Daniels? That makes no sense to me either. He's 25 years old. He plays right guard, and some other publications out there want to see him play center. But I'm happy with Mason Cole playing center because he played it all last year. Why would you change that? Why would you change Mason Cole at center? You leave him there. You bring in Isaac Siamalo, put him at left guard, and you have Dotson and Herbig as depth. Fantastic. That's what I would do. And you leave James Daniel where he was. He didn't commit one penalty last year. I think I read somewhere around the Pittsburgh Steelers news. He didn't commit one penalty, and he played good football. And the whole offensive line played 99% of the snaps. Like, no one got injured. Now, this year, they might get injured, okay? It's very hard to keep a line all intact like that. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand this idea. That's why I have my title today. Hold up, Pittsburgh Steelers to trade Daniels makes no sense to me. You guys might have a different opinion, but I don't. Look, and let me know if there's like a reason to trade Daniels. Would you have a good player who's 25 years old? I think he's got 2 more years in his contract. I think he signed a 3-year deal, and Mason Cole signed a 2-year deal. So Daniels played very well, was extremely dependable. Trading would be absurd, right? Red River says someone on the O-line is going to get traded. That could be a possibility, right? But I don't see why you would trade one of your best players being Daniels. Then you're just going to leave up another hole, you know? We signed him last year. I think the Steelers signed him last year. I'm pretty sure if I go to his contract, I think it was like 3 years. I think it was a three-year contract. And like I said, it's 3-year contract, $26 million contract, included $8.7 million signing bonus. So a pretty big contract, but like, why? Why would you bring him in for 1 year then trade him? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. That to me, and I'm not a money guy. I'm just like I see the player doing well. He played really well for the Steelers. That's a sure spot you can anchor up there for the next 3 years. And you have Mason Cole for 2 years. You sign Marlowe for 3. That's 3, 2, and 3, right? Why would you? And you still, I think, Dan Moore, I think, is coming. He's got another 2 years left or something like that. Why would you go and trade Daniels? To me, it doesn't make too much sense. So, Pittsburgh Toddy says Dotson and Green could be on the trade block. That to me makes more sense. That makes more sense than getting rid of someone who played well, because I think we're all in agreement now that Isaac Siamalo he will be playing left guard. I think that's the position he plays. And, the other bloke on the other side is Daniel's right guard. So that to me could be, Dotson could be on the chopping block, or it could be used to get some picks back and he can go to another team and maybe start. Gene says, Happy Easter to all. What did I miss? Gene, you missed this. Happy Easter, mate. Happy Easter, Gene. Oh, Lordy. Oh, happy Easter, everyone. Hope you guys are doing really well out there. And for the audio, guys, if I do put this on Spotify, I'm showing a picture of a Cleveland Brown elf holding an Easter egg, and it's quite scary. It's very, very scary. So happy Easter. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I just find this stuff, the rumors come out of nowhere. You don't see anything that is factual, really. No real insiders or Pittsburgh Steelers insiders are talking about these kind of trades with Daniels or Highsmith. It's only that one website I can't stand, which is Pittsburgh Steelers Chat. They are bringing these things up, and it's like, it makes no sense to me. Anyways, g'day, Brian. What's going on, mate? How are you? What's going on? That's all cool, man. It's all cool. Are you goats is off topic, but maybe a reason why the Ravens sign Odell is to get Lamar back. That could be a possibility too, but it still wouldn't fade. I don't think it's going to fade the Steelers. I actually think the Steelers will beat the Ravens again twice next year. We should have beaten them last year. Now, in the last 10 times, the Steelers have beaten the Ravens, I think like 6 or 7 out of 3, or 7 and 3. They had a four-win streak against them over the last 2 years, and then Mitch Trubisky stuffed up. He was going down the field every time and throw away the picks, so we should have won that game. 16-13, we lost, I think it was. So I believe in this year, 2023, for the Steelers versus Ravens, I reckon they can beat them twice. I believe they can also beat the Browns twice, but I think they'll probably split with the Bengals. That because they're a better team. The Bengals are a pretty good team. Much I hate to say it right now, and I know everyone will, the paper champs right now are Cleveland Browns. The off-season champs are the Ravens. They're more popular right now in the standings or whatever. But to me, the powerhouse teams will be Steelers, and I am biased, and the Bengals. The Bengals are the one to beat. Steelers are second. Cleveland Browns third, I think. And I think Ravens are fourth. I don't. I think they're blowing up. I think everything's going wrong. Put it that way. Dotson makes more sense to cut. It depends on the draft depth, 100%. Is this official? Because if it's not, I think it's highly doubtful unless someone offers a first rounder. Is that for Highsmith or is that for Trade Daniels? No, there's no official word on Daniels like that. G'day, Vibe. What's going on? They definitely do. The Ravens throw more to tight ends than the receivers. They do. Dead set. They have a good look. I like the way they run their playbook. I do. They have two tight end sets. They have the big fullback back there. They run the rock. They do the play the QB option all the time. Short passing game. It works for them. The Ravens can beat a lot of other teams, but the Steelers seem to have their number. You know what I'm saying? How many times did Lamar beat the Steelers? I think only once. He does have a record of 2-3, but I think his overall record in starting is 1-2. He's been sacked a few times, fumbled 5 times. Yeah, only once, something like that. Daniels was the best on his lineman last year. Something about Tomlin and keep Daniels. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Trade who? Trade you can't trade. You won't trade Tomlin. Next time, I think you can't. I honestly think it's hard to. Next time do a ranking without being biased. I don't think you can, to be honest. If you've been a fan for 25 years, I think it's very hard to separate. My whole channel is around Steeler fandom. It's a good question, but I think it's very hard to take away that bias because that bias is there for a reason. I want the Steelers to win every year. I want the Steelers to go and play. I'll put it this way. I don't think they win the Super Bowl this year, but I want them to, but I don't think they will. I don't think they have the right pieces yet. We've got to wait until we can see the Steelers win in the red zone. Got to wait until see the Steelers, play better on offense, stuff like that, So I'm not going to say the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. Dead set, it's going to happen. I want them to. My 25 years fandom says, I fucking hope so. I would love it. I would cheer them. I would fall over crying and laughing if they did that. But will they? Probably not. But it's very hard to take away the bias though. But I think the Browns they won't do much. I think the Ravens are imploding. I think the Ravens haven't even got a quarterback yet, so they're kind of going, it's whatever. Alrighty. So yeah, and that too, man. That's what I was saying too. In my video yesterday, we was talking about Highsmith getting traded. And to me, Highsmith, you more or less try and find the money. And if you get rid of Highsmith, then you've got another problem. The outside linebacker position is another problem because you haven't got any depth, right? You have to, you got to. There's no that to me is nonsensical. Why would you trade away Highsmith to create another problem to then only try and fill that void when you can just sign the contract, give him, make it a friendly deal, player friendly, team friendly, and make sure it works for both parties. TJ on one side, Highsmith on the other, right? Do the people work in the NFL? Are they biased? Well, they work in the NFL. I'm a guy in my room. That's completely different. The guys in the NFL, they don't care. Some might be. I reckon some would be biased. Tony Romo's and Steve Smith, who was a Baltimore Raven. I would say that he wouldn't pick the Steelers to win, and Actually, the NFL doesn't want the Steelers to win. They never talk about them. They because there's no drama now with the Steelers. There's no Antonio Brown drama. Nothing is really happening there. The Steelers aren't headlining anything, which is good, right? Which is really good because we want to be the quiet assassins in the room. So, but the people who work in the NFL, they can't be biased most of the time. But they're getting paid a lot more than I am. They're getting paid what 100,000 contracts, million talk. And you'll probably often hear too. They just do the main media talking points, right? When the Odell Beckham stuff was going around the internet, it was more or less which team would get him, and someone said this, or the Steelers should pick him up. But as Steeler fans, you're like, there's no way that Odell Beckham Jr. is coming to the Steelers. There's no way. Like it just wasn't going to happen. Okay, I was a big component of trying to bring in Hargraves, but we knew that wasn't going to happen because was so much money. Same with Bobby Wagner. I would have liked to see Bobby Wagner here for one last time because I liked him as a player, but that wasn't going to happen either. It's like with the stuff with Aaron Rodgers. We kind of get over it. Like he's been signing with the Jets for the last 3 weeks and it hasn't happened because they got to keep spitting the same thing over and over and over and over. But as Steeler fans, we know it's not going to happen. And then I broke my rule last year too because I kind of entertained the idea of bringing in Aaron Rodgers. I thought, you know what? He might sign for the Steelers because he talked to Mike Tomlin. And then I was like, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said he won't sign for the Steelers because he's Aaron Rodgers. It was not going to happen. So you'll see these things come up, and a lot of Steelers fans, we just know what the team does most of the time, and these big name players don't come over. They rarely ever do come over. So, but I don't. You know what, man? I don't mind being biased. To me, I don't care if I'm biased. My channel is not about being, I guess reporting the big news or the facts or whatever. I just want to cheer my team on. My goal is to get you guys pumped up. You guys getting pumped up for the season and we have a chance to win, and you see Najee run over someone's face and Warren lay the shoulder down or TJ Watt suplex someone. That's what I'm about, man. I want to see my team effing win. All right. And we're working out here. We're working. So I do my best to keep up on the news, but yeah, my bias will come in 100%. But I'm not going to say that, DJ's the best receiver or stuff like that, or Pickens is the best, but he definitely could be. Or Kenny Pickett is a Hall of Famer to be. You go through in stages. You kind of like you progress in stages. You follow the whole journey. It's going to be a big year, and I think in a few days' time, guys, I'm looking back on the third-year players, which include like Najee Harris, Freiermuth. I think Dan Moore's in there. So we're going to look at the third-year players and see what they can do for this team. But I'm excited for this team because of what Omar Khan and the Steelers organization has done, bringing in new players. And the players they got rid of, like Sutton, they brought in Peterson. Right, you bring in Neal, who's a hard-hitting safety, right? And we lost Edmonds. And I'm telling you right now, the minute that Patrick Peterson, the minute that Neal make a big tackle or an interception, you'll forget that Edmonds and Sutton even played. You'd be like, who are they? They were fantastic for us. They were great to watch, but you will forget the minute you see Patrick Peterson pick off Joe Burrow and hopefully run to the end zone or something like that. You'll be like, do we even miss Sutton? We don't need Sutton. So, yeah, everyone's biased, man. G'day, voice. What's going on? How are you? Oh yeah, you just don't trade a guy like Highsmith that he's an up and coming guy to get back a pick. In my opinion, get back a pick to then find another guy who you don't know, who you're unsure about in the draft. To me, you have a guy in Highsmith. Give him a contract. Give him a 3-year, 4-year deal contract. Figure out the money, Omar Khan. Extend him, make him a Steeler, and see what happens. Collinsworth, he's the other one too. Now, here's a guy. He was a former Bengal, right? He was a former Bengal. You Goat says, here's a unique question. Who should not be in the Hall of Fame? Dude, that's a hard one. I probably can't. That's man. I have to look at the Hall of Fame. Give me a minute. I don't even know who's in the Hall of Fame. Let me see. Hall of Fame. NFL members. I need a list. If I haven't got a list, I can't tell you. What's the best one for this? Inductees. Man, that's a very loaded question. I probably can't answer that right now. I'm gonna leave that be. Voice. Yeah, they definitely do preach. They do preach the hate. Now here's a guy. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think to summarize some points in this first bit of the show. They're talking about trading Alex Highsmith. That to me is not going to happen. Talking about trading James Daniels, which he was one of the best offensive linemen for the Steelers last year. I don't think that's going to happen. And OBJ to the Ravens for a 1-year deal, I think it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters that much. The Ravens don't play that way. The Ravens aren't throwing the football down the field like they used to, right? Donde says, of course, Mark is a biased, he's a Steelers fan. 100%. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, people sometimes call you a homer, and you're like, so I am a homer. I cheer my team on, man. I want my team to win. I just want to see them be successful. I'm not going to sit in a bar setting, drinking some beers, and saying, I hope we lose and hope we get the first overall pick. No. I hope Najee goes out that way and rips someone's head off. I hope that James Daniels blocks someone to the ground. I hope that Fryermuth runs over someone. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some physicality in some football like that. I hope Minka does an AB impression on the way of the end zone and kicks a Brown in the face. Like that kind of stuff, man. I miss the days of Debo Harrison coming around the edge where he would sack the quarterback in a heartbeat. He said on the podcast, and Ben the other day, he had 2 moves, but it didn't matter. He had a bull rush and a spin move. That was it. I miss the days where Debo Harrison tackled the fan like a suplex. That kind of stuff is fun to me, man. That's why I enjoy it, George says, statistically, Edmonds is better tackler than the new guy. Yeah, he did miss a few tackles, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm really not too worried about that. I think it should be fine. You can always improve, right? You can always improve too. I think I've seen some good things from Neil. I think he played middle linebacker too at Dallas. He played with Kazi. I like what I see there. Big time. Gene says Steeler fans are fans of football. Right. So those are more or less my talking points, guys, for today, which was the trade stuff. You guys have any other questions about the draft or news? I don't think the Steelers are in too much news, really. We have 23 weeks away from the draft. This weekend, I've got a pickleball competition, so I don't know if I'll be doing any videos over the weekend. I won't be even doing. I think I'm going to miss TDU with Maddie because I'm away for Friday. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm away for the weekend. Hopefully, I can win a competition. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But it's gonna ramp up next week, man. The draft's coming up. Thick and fast, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome to see. And I think the Steelers are in a good position. I think they really are. Now, will they trade up? That's one hot topic too. Will the Steelers trade up to get a player at number 9 or 10? I've heard ideas about trading up to get Gonzalez, the Speedy Gonzalez, the cornerback. That could be an idea. Will the Steelers trade back to get more picks? We don't know. We don't know, right? It's crazy. Who else have they signed? I want to see that because I know that the Ravens were quite quiet, I think, this offseason. But who'd they get? They get Nelson Aguilar. He's an older receiver, right? I think he's older. He come from Philadelphia. How old is Nelson Aguilar? Isn't he 32 years old? Well, I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of someone else. Geno Stone, never heard of him. Nick Moore, long snapper. Justin Hill, running back. That's it. Well, and then they signed Odell Beckham Jr. They signed 4 players. There you go. Probably signed a bit more than that. Maybe they got more. Wait a minute. Yeah. Anyways, doesn't matter. I think the Steelers own them, man. I think they do. All about this and the Huntley to throw. Yeah, exactly right. And even Huntley too. Huntley got voted to the Pro Bowl last year. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but he played 3 games and went to the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Alex says, "What do you think about the new offensive system? We'll kind of allow." Let's hope so. I think yeah. We'll talk about this before. Let's hope so. Let's hope he has maybe he's more of a passing coordinator. Maybe he can scheme open George Pickens. He can scheme open Calvin Austin. Because you have to get the ball to Calvin Austin. You've got to get the ball to Pickens. You got to get the ball to the playmakers. I think the run game was really, really impressive last year. They got 34 yards average. They improved a lot. Now they have the offensive line guy with Ciamalo. I think they got the pieces around them, but it just depends on how Matt Canada can he work with the personnel that he has. That's going to be an interesting thing. So I think week 1 we're going to be on on the edge of our seats thinking, all right, we got all these great Steelers, or soon to be great Steelers, if they can project that way with Kenny Pickett and those dudes. But we've also got Matt Canada, and how frustrating that was to watch that offense last year. But it did get better, and I will give him another chance. It did get better from the bye because they went 6-2. And they won the last 4 games. We forget too, Steeler Nation. They won the last 4 games against the last 4 opponents. So they're on a win streak right now from last year. Not that it really makes too much difference because it's a whole new team anyway. But they beat the Browns and they beat the Ravens the last 2 matches. So, yeah, to me, it's like, what will happen with this offense? Can they score points? You have to go out and score points. They were averaging, I think, 18 points a year last year. So, where is that Pittsburgh going? Yeah, he's on here, man. He's on here. He did a video today, I think. He did a video covering Lamar, covering OBJ. So he's on YouTube still. Yeah, me too, big time. G'day, Yui. What's going on? I think we need to focus on running it like it last year passed, and we need to 100%. Run the ball, set up the pass. Don't let Kenny throw it 35 to 45 times. Let Kenny throw it from 25 to 30, something like that. Nice, easy range. Get the football to Muth. Get the football to Najee. Get the football to Pickens. You know what I'm saying? Run the ball too. All righty. Man, this chat's going so far. I can't keep up. The chat's going too quick. It could be as well. It could be his last chance. Could be a bit of, and look, the Steelers, if he doesn't perform, would the Steelers offer him another contract? And maybe the guy, is it Thompson, the guy coming in, who was the Falcons offensive, the pass coordinator for the Falcons, or QB coach? I forgot his name already. I think it's Thompson. I can't remember his first name. Is it Gary Thompson? Someone like that. Whoever's coming in to help me out, he might come in there too, right? But it's funny. It's funny to see. Yeah, Matt Canada might have 1 year left. I'll give him another shot. I'm okay with it. But yeah, let's see. I'm okay with it to give another shot. But I hope week 1 I'm not yelling out "Fire Canada" and going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. The routes were almost exclusively deep down the sideline or comebacks, neither conducive to yards after the catch. Yeah, you didn't really see those things. You know what the Patriots did a few years ago, like those rub routes where you'd see players cross one another and it would allow like free space and plays to get open. It did seem like in most plays for the Steelers, and I'm not a coach, but it seemed like in most plays that they were deep down the sideline. It was like 50-50 balls. George Pickens went up and got it. Comeback routes, and it's like, well, where's the play expanding from that? Where's the target over the middle, or getting guys on their routes to confuse the other players to open up space? Like, you didn't see any big holes or separation from the receiver and the pass catcher to the guy chasing them. And if you go and watch Patriots table when they used to burn us, they would use the rub route concept so well that they would pass to their who was it? I can't remember his name. The little fella. There was 2 little fellas. Hogan burned us 1 year, but the Elderman, they would get Elderman involved, and that really sucked. Like getting him involved. So I would like to see that. Can we do something where the concepts get Calvin Austin in space, give that guy some space, and let him turn into a receiver, like a returner. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true too. I watched his tape. I watched his highlights the other day too. It was fantastic, man. He definitely is a physical receiver. And yeah, they didn't use tight end crossing routes either. Yeah, it's something. G'day, Steelers. What's going on? Just to me, like, I'm not a coach, so but what I see, and I think as Steeler fans we all see, is there just wasn't those combinations. I don't know. It was just the same. It was the same. A bit like their run scheme too, and even the players were calling it out. The players were saying, "Well, the same plays all the time." I think Steve Smith called Canada a college coach. So to me, you've got one full off season again. This is the most pressure on Canada in a very long time. One full off season to get something done. You know what I'm saying? G'day, Sean. What's going on, mate? How are you? Oh, you forgot, Sean. You forgot, mate. Happy Easter, mate. Hang on. I need a drink of water. I just got to get a drink of water. Holy deal. You guys can look at this. 1 minute. Alrighty, that's for you. That's for you, Sean. That's for you, Steel Septicon as well, man. Happy Easter, you guys. That's the Browns. The Browns. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. Alrighty. Yes, the new line looks good, doesn't it? It does look good. I'm got a real good feeling about this year. Sia Marlowe, Herbig. I think even if Dotson stays there, back up, you've got James Daniels, who I don't think they're going to trade away. I just don't get that concept at all. Yeah, man, they were good, and they also came back to the ball too. When Big Ben got in trouble, they would find a way to get open. I hope we see that with DJ. I hope we see that with Pickens. I hope we see that. Like we do need a third receiver if it is Austin. Yeah, I don't know. I think the team got better without Claypool, but yeah, I hope we. And that's what he said too. Yeah, Saturday-ish. So hopefully Canada. But I feel like this year in 23, I feel like they're going to run the ball more than ever. They're going to run the ball and play action. But I think the first few weeks of preseason and maybe in the first few weeks of the season are going to tell us what's going to happen. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Yeah, it's pretty terrible, isn't it? It's just look at it. Oh, the Browns, man. Do you guys remember last year with the what was it? Uh who's the guy that says I hope you be my neighbor? Um the Pittsburgh legend. The Browns had a photo, a dog ripping up a photo of him. I can't remember his name. The guy says I hope you be my neighbor. The TV show. Can't remember his name. Anyways, the Browns always do something really comical with their social media team is just it's unhinged. Doesn't make any sense. Mr. Rogers, that's right. That's right. Yeah, the photo for the Browns versus Steelers was a dog ripping up an art piece of him, but it made him look like he was bleeding, in my opinion. And I think they made him wear like Browns attire, stuff like that. And then the Steelers went out and beat him 24 to or 28 to 14, right? So yeah, they have no idea. They have absolutely no idea. It's funny. But yeah, that's the other. If you guys missed the other signing was Odell Beckham Jr. I went through this stuff too, and I went through that he's never ever scored a touchdown against the Steelers, according to statmuse.com. So that was fantastic. But let's kind of transition a little bit. We're getting really close to the draft, right? We're getting super close to the draft. And the closer we get, the more I know I don't know much anyway, but the closer we get, the less I know. Honestly, I don't know who they're going to draft. I feel like they could go offensive line because they've been doing that in the free agent period, but I still like the way they're building it. I'm okay with Dan Moore if he's there at left tackle and Sia Marlowe, Cole, Daniels, and Chooks. That's my 5 right away. I'm okay with that. I saw another piece on Twitter. It was Fahoko talking about how I'm going to bring it up actually. Let me find this tweet from Fahoko because it was fantastic. What's with that? Fahoko Steelers. Oh, man, hang on. I think it was Steelers Depot. He had like an interview somewhere with another bloke too, and it was a good quote. It was a mad quote he said too the other day. Here it is. Here he said this. So Steelers defensive line, Braden Fahoko, he was on an interview with someone the other day on one of the YouTubes. One guy from Barstool or something like that. He said here, I'm Polynesian, I'm thick boned, I have a thick low body. I'm not made here to be Aaron Donald. I'm made here to sit my big ass in the middle of a defense and make sure everybody else eats. I learned to understand and grow in that role. Isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? That's the guy I want. He knows his role. And maybe he's there. You got Montravius Adams there, but maybe it's Fahoko behind that at defensive tackle. Now Steelers will go in the draft and get it too. G'day, McCombre. What's going on? But I like that, man. I like that a lot. I think that's fantastic. But there was another quote too I saw in Mike Tomlin. I don't know where they find these quotes from. I have no idea. Where was there was another one he said. Mike Tomlin talked about having his back. Let me find it. It's a good one. If I can't find it, then it's going to be a lot of dead air. No. Damn it. God damn. It was a real good one, too. It was Mike Tomlin pretty much saying, I've got a house for you or whatever. All right. So there's another one that says here from Fahoko, too. A lot of guys that I've been fans of have been fond of their game. I'm excited to play with now, being able to compete them with the grind them with every day, especially Cam. That's cool. I like that. You don't see a flashy Cam when you watch his game. You don't see a flashy player. You see someone who is hard nosed. You see someone who's rugged. You see someone who wants to play the game the right way. I'm a guy that truly feels that football needs to be played a certain way, and you got to respect the game. That's Fahoko. That's on the Still Here podcast. I'm pretty sure with one of the blokes. I think it was like from Barstool Sports or something like that, right? So if I find the other one, I'll let you know because the other one's fantastic. How do I do that? Damn. No, they're just talking about. Says here, he says Fahoko says when I visited Pittsburgh to sign my contract, every person I talked to in the facility didn't talk to me about football. They talked to me about how they can help me off the field, and it really stuck with me. There you go. All right, if I find it, I'll find it. Okay. Viper says, I say the tackle draft is deep. This draft? I say tackle. This draft is deep with DBs. Jeans is going to be JP Jr. Possibly. I really don't know anymore. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see. Just waiting to see. Fahoko is starter. Adams backup. Could be a possibility. That could be a possibility, right? No, I didn't. Where'd you hear that, Gene? Let me know if you can tell us in the chat where you found that. I have no idea where that was. No idea. So I really wanted to find that quote though. That's really pissing me off. So in the meantime, let's look at this. Hang on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I just want to find this quote. It was really good from Mike Tomlin. He's got his back. If I was more prepared. Okay, maybe if I type in Mike Tomlin. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. This is not good. Okay, I'm going to give up now. I give up. Anyways, what the quote was pretty much was Mike Tom was reaching out to Fahoko saying, when you get to the city, if you need a food, a bed, or if you need any advice or anything like that, ring up me, ring up Tomlin, ring up Omar Khan. But he said it in his words, and I thought that was really cool to see a new player come into the organization. I was like, that's kind of cool. That's awesome to see the coach reaching out saying, it's a big move coming to the city from another place. We forget as fans too that these players have to move everything. He lived out in what was it? LA, and then you get signed, and then like a few weeks later, you got to customize it, getting a new house, new everything. In the quote, it was like Tomlin said that if you need anywhere to stay or you need somewhere to eat or something like that, then ring me up. I'm fine. I'll be here. I'll be here to look after you and guide you in that process. That's what I like to hear. So it was cool. What are you guys talking about? What is this? Unbelievable. So, who are you talking about? I have no idea. I must have missed that part. I will tell you that. Who are you talking about? What artist are you referring to? Oh man, Sade. Who's Sade? Who's that? Is that like a country singer? I don't think I know who that is. Nope. Sade. I might have seen her face. What did she sing? I have no idea. That's the first. First time I think I've seen her. Would I know her like music? Would her music be popular to me? Uh, how do you pronounce it? Sade. What did I say? Sade? Is it Sade? No, it's not. There's no way that's Sade. It's Sade, isn't it? Sade? Okay. What's like a popular song of Sade or Sade? Songs. Do I know any songs? She's saying Smooth Operator. I know her. Yeah, is that okay? Is that what? All right. That's probably one song I know from hers. It's a girl, right? You never know these days. You don't want to misgender someone. Smooth Operator. That's the only one I know. I thought that song was a bloke. I thought that song was a bloke. I thought that was a guy. I can't play it. Wait. Smooth Operator is a girl? No, it's not. Hang on. Oh yeah, it's a girl. That's a girl. Maybe it's not a bloke. Wait. So so how do you pronounce her name? Sade. Oh, there you go. I thought it was like just a bloke with a nice high voice. It's more popular with the ladies. That's like me. I'm pretty popular with the ladies down here. I tell you that. All right, I think I'm done with the content. If you guys got any questions, I think to pay homage to Happy Easter, I think we should have this in the background for maybe the last 5 minutes. What do you guys think? Should we keep this here for 5 minutes? I can't believe I didn't know who that was. Download her entire catalog immediately. Sade. Is that her name? Sade? Jesus. Well, that's. Do I know any other songs of hers? She has like 1,000,000 songs. Wow. That's amazing. Well, I know what I'm listening to today. Smooth Operator. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, I don't know what else is going on in the Steeler news. I think that was kind of it today. I think it was like OBJ. He's going to do nothing, absolutely nothing today for the team. I don't see him doing anything against us. Apparently, Hunter Renfro could be could be an option for the Steelers. What is happening? They're not going to sign Renfro. No way. Boy, oh boy. Oh, did you guys hear what Antonio Brown said? Antonio Brown the other day came out and was like, it's really hard to manage a team, and he wants to be all about team first. And he's the guy in the whole world, well, who was me first, and now he's like, you know what? We should be team first because he owns like an indoor football team. Oh man. Pepper says her voice unbelievable. Yeah, I just didn't know who it was. I just had no idea. I actually thought that might have been a man. I thought that was a man singing that. But there you go. Wait, it is a he? Is it a girl or a guy? It's a girl, right? All right. Anyways, by the way, thank you for answering my question in your Q&A, Mark. Lambeau Field will be fun. Yeah, I think the history there would be kind of cool to see. Not being really surrounded by Packers fans, I don't know if they're going to be cool or not, but I think it'd be if I was going to see Steelers versus anyone, I'd probably go Lambeau. I couldn't really think of anywhere else where I would maybe want to go. Maybe Vegas because you could go to Vegas too. That'd be kind of fun. But I think as the lore in history. Oh, AB. Okay, AB. Gotcha. Yeah, he's an idiot. He's an idiot for sure. G'day, Claude. What's going on? Were you here before, Claude? It's hard keeping up sometimes. I don't know. I think that guy needs help. Money changes people, man. Money can change people. Dead set. He come out and said pretty much, in a nutshell, I want to be about the team. Football needs to be about the team. This is a bloke that took his shirt off and ran off the stadium. This is a bloke that ran away from. He was excited to go to Derek Carr, and then he went to the Raiders, and he did that. Just a comical bloke that now is an owner of a team. Let that sit in for a little bit. A guy that was a Steelers legend or meant to be Steelers legend, and his career from then, all that crap is just comical, absolutely comical. And now he wants to be about, well, it's all about the team and not the person. It's like you were the only person that was about you the whole time, and it was just, and all the scandals too. Wasn't he meant to be? What, didn't he have a gun? Didn't AB have a gun the other day, or like some random thing where he was fighting with the cops, and him and his wife were in domestic disputes, and it's like you hear that news in the background where there's a standoff with the police, and then 4 minutes later he's signing with the indoor team. Yeah, I don't know. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be my show today. Thank you for listening to Steelers Nation Australia. As always, all you guys are regulars. You guys are awesome. Claude, Pepper, Steele, Alex. Dead set. I agree too, Alex. I could, if it is going south, they have a backup plan in their assistant coordinator coming in too, and Toddy's in here too. Thanks, guys. You guys are all awesome. You're all bloody great Steeler fans, and those who aren't, you're great people as well. Hope you guys have a good Easter. I think it's your Easter Sunday. It's my Easter Monday, so I'm going to probably chill out today, go around and maybe go down the water, have a bit of a walk around and soak in the sun. So, yeah, it's been good. It's been a fun time. So, yeah, my real points of what I covered today was the Daniel speculation. They're not going to trade him. The Highsmith speculation, I don't think they're going to trade him. And don't worry about OBJ being a Raven because they're not going to pass him the ball anyway. And he hasn't scored a touchdown in 5 games. In 5 games versus the Steelers. So there's nothing there. But in about 3 or 4 days' time when we go live again, we're going to cover the 2021 Steelers draft. That includes Najee Harris, Fryermuth, and Dan Moore, and talk about those blokes to see what they can do in 2023. We are ramping up. Towards the draft. So enjoy your holidays, enjoy your Easter. If you're getting, if you do that stuff, if you go down that path, and you enjoy the eggs and enjoy time off work, all that kind of stuff, and throw back a few sherbets, have a nice dinner, enjoy your family, because things are going to get heated pretty soon. We're going to the draft, and then we have the training camp, and then it all starts again. The schedule release should be out soon. The schedule release should be out soon once we know the draft. I think it's like a few days after the draft. They release the schedule. We'll go through that and find out who the Steelers are going to beat. It's really ramping up. I feel like there's a new side of the Steelers now that we can get behind, and we just want to see them get some W's. So, yeah, thanks, guys. As always, man, it's been a great time. Thanks, Mahoney, mate. Next time, thank you. Let's play. Happy Easter. Alrighty, guys. Happy Easter, man. I'll see you later. Oh my goodness, Najee, Kenny Pickett also, and he banks out. No, oh my, what's going on? Let's go, TD! What the hell was that? Let's go!